Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the i4Trust first open call virtual networking event. In a few minutes, we'll be starting our sessions, but in the meantime, we've placed this Mentimeter QR code, so please feel free to scan it and let us know where everyone is calling from. And we also have, if you cannot scan the code, you can just go to menti.com and type this code 94702332. Okay, so we have quite the representation from around Europe. I realized that I should have said that this is where you are normally based and not necessarily from the summer homes and summer beaches where I'm sure some of you are calling from. So we have Poland, the Netherlands, France, Slovenia, Switzerland, Portugal. Welcome everyone. So we hope that later you'll have a chance to meet people both from your own countries and also from other countries. See, how many people do we have here so far? Great. And we have one more question. We look like Spain and Italy are taking over. Munich. And our next question is, why are you here? So we have given you a couple of options. You can select multiple options, but we're very curious. We have people from all over the world. We have people from companies. We have people from DIH, Digital Innovation Hubs. And we have people that found us. Okay, fantastic. Meeting potential partners is one of the objectives of this event. So we're glad to see that at least that almost 50% of the audience. Great. So we'll wait for a few more answers and we'll start the session in a few minutes. Okay, so thank you to everyone who answered, and welcome again to everyone to the i4Trust virtual networking event. So, it yeah, as part of the virtual networking event, we wanted to get to know you more, and we hope that this was a good icebreaker to know that people are from all around Europe, and as well as with different objectives for the event. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Margarita, and I am the Deputy Project Manager at Funding Box, which is one of the three consortium partners of i4Trust. So before this will be our agenda for today's call. As some of you may know, i4Trust has an open call that is still accepting applications. So we will dive into directly what we are looking for in these proposed experiments. Then we will turn it over to our Digital Innovation Hub partners, who will present their experiment ideas for anyone that would be interested to learn more about the type of experiments that are being already thought about. Then I will briefly explain how to maximize the network session with some guidelines. You will then all be redirected to the social lounge to meet with the digital innovation hubs, the i4Trust experts, as well as each other. And finally, we will conclude with the open call application requirements and reminders. So, without further ado, it's my pleasure to turn it over to Rajiv Rajani, the Chief Technology Officer at iShare.
Thank you, Margarita. Can I share my screen or should we continue here?
Sure. No. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, let me share my screen. I think you can see the screen. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can see me as well. Yeah. Hi, good morning, everyone. Very warm welcome. We are glad to see so many participants coming up for various reasons here. But of course, quite a few of you already know what we are looking for, but for them, it's just a reminder. But for new people, it's also something that I will explain what we are exactly looking for in the experiments. So this open call is basically aimed at, the reason we have this i4Trust is to enable data sharing and break the data silos, especially with SMEs. Because sharing of data enables a lot of potential for data monetization, better efficiency, data economy, you name it. A lot of benefits are there when you share data in a proper and right way. And the i4Trust project, the three partners, we came together to enable you to do that in a more easier, more secure, and more sovereign manner. And we provide you all the basic building blocks that are needed for your solution to do that. And in our mind, that's essentially what we are looking for. You need to share data. Your use case has to be about sharing data, which enables you as an SME to improve either your process or gain efficiency, um, expand opportunities for more business, bring more value to you, and help you to grow. And also at the same time making sure that we have this sort of level playing field, so it doesn't matter if you're SME or a big company, you can still provide all the necessary services to your customers. And that we think for that we think essentially is at the center is the sharing of data, of the right data at the right time. And that is what we have this building blocks for, but there is also something that we look in these experiments. So brief idea about the consortium formation. Well, we expect that at least ideally we would be happy to see 5 SMEs plus 1 DIH as a consortium, but on minimum side there is a requirement for 3 SMEs or slightly bigger companies plus 1 DIH as the smallest consortium who applies for this open call. Domains or sectors, we are actually open to all. We don't have we are not restricted to any sector specifically, as well as not specifically to any challenge. And as I just explained, it should be about data sharing. So that is the key element. Couple of hard requirements from i4Trust is of course we bring. The idea is that we your proposal is already on TRL level 3, so you probably already know a bit about what you want to do, and we bring necessary open source components which enables you to achieve your goals in terms of solution. And for that, of course, we bring Fiverr Context Broker and iShares framework, trust framework. So those two, in our mind, are key elements in terms of creation of this data spaces or to share data with each other in a secure and proper manner. So we expect that you use them, and that's sort of mandatory. The other components that we bring are complementary, and when your use case needs it, of course, feel free to use them. Uh, but there are a lot more additional components. If you look at the Fiverr component catalog, then you'll find them, which you are also open to use. But at minimum, you have to use the context broker and the i4Trust framework elements for identity and access management to participate in i4Trust open call. And as I mentioned, the experiments, you already have the TRL level 3 or level 2, basically, at least. So you can enter at level 3, and we aim to guide you through up to level 8, depending on how your use cases and how far we can go. But and for that, we already have provided you the open source components, so that should cut short quite some development time. It's more about getting the right solution and implementing it and testing it in the proper use case with proper data, and then you are already almost ready to go live with it. And of course, because I mentioned that this is about data sharing, we expect that you have in your proposal a description of how the data models or twin data, digital twin of your objects or entities, how you define them and how are you going to share that. So a brief about it would be required so that evaluators can properly assess the proposal. Right. So those were primarily the requirements in our mind, and to help you a bit, we have put some examples of data spaces, or what we see are the benefits of data sharing, and what we would like you to think along in the similar lines in your own domains or in your own area of work where you might have similar challenges. So I'll just briefly explain one on logistics. For example, if with a lot of sharing of data, you could reduce a lot of empty trucks going around in the city. That will also reduce carbon dioxide emissions, but also make efficient use of the transport facility available. That is also already quite economical, or quite saving for SMEs who are operating those trucks, because then they have less empty trucks traveling and more filled out trucks, which essentially means economies of it also has economical value, right? And Of course, it also has the value in terms of less trucks on the road, which is better for the environment. Uh, and yeah, if also so those are examples, but then there are additional examples like if the data about what is being carried in the truck, and in case of emergencies, the authorities need that information to better handle the, say, for road accidents, for example, to better handle the situation. If they are aware what is inside, if something is dangerous, then they need to prepare the first responders accordingly. So if those kind of sharing is also possible, which makes it much easier for authorities, but also for the road environment, that it is handled in a proper way and much quicker response time. So those could be the benefits, as you can imagine. But yeah, there are more examples, and of course you can always reach to us if you have doubts or questions, how um, about your challenges, how we can help there, and things like that, right? Yeah, and just a brief reminder on what the consortium looks like. For the edge, it has to be in S3 catalog, either as in preparation or as fully operational, um, uh, and then it is eligible. And the SMEs, you see the definition of what is an SME or a slightly bigger company on the screen. Uh, that is what we expect that you that is your basically eligibility criteria. Okay, with that, if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot at Q&A section or chat, or of course when we are meeting at the networking launch. And with this, I hand over back to Margarita.
Thanks, Rajiv. So I hope everyone was able to get a better idea of what we're looking for in these experiments, and we've received some questions. Rajiv, just a quick question. Someone had asked, can we team up with associations in addition to SMEs and DIH?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Rosa can also help me answer this, but I think, yeah, of course, as long as they fit in the definition of eligible participants. So there are two ways to participate in an open call. If you require funding, then you have to meet the definitions as I was showing in the previous slide. Larger organizations or other kind of organizations, they can do it, but if they require funding, then they need to meet the criteria as defined there. Am I? Yeah, I hope
Yes.
that answers your question.
Perfect. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the DIH presentations. I'm not sure. Tonya, are you back? Uh, okay. I think we're having some technical difficulties. But well, I guess we'd like to call on our first digital innovation hub, Smart Energy, presented by Mr. Romualdez. Romualdez?
Yes, thank you. May I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Can you see?
Yes,
Can you
that's
see my
perfect.
slides?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Romualdas Petraitis. I am the CEO at the Smart Energy Digital Innovation Hub. Smart Energy Digital Innovation Hub is the renewable energy innovation ecosystem based in Vilnius, Lithuania. The DAH was established to build appropriate frameworks and amounts of high quality of renewable energy data for high performance computing, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. As Smart Energy DAH was established to facilitate the full innovation chain from basic research to market uptake, it consists of participants from business, academia, and the public sector, major national renewable energy enterprises, international smart energy equipment manufacturers, research and educational institutions, NGOs, technology providers, and facilitators. The Smart Energy DAH is developing the initiative of the Green City, which aims is to create the first carbon neutral city in Lithuania by 2030. The Smart Energy DAH, as a think tank of the Green City initiative, is developing the city data management platform, which definitely is the heart of the smart and green city. Here you can see the municipality data management platform, ecosystem of sustainable urban development and governance. The platform implements a specific data model for the city about its data flows between its layers and different dimensions. It connects devices, people, businesses, and public administration services and entities in one unique structure that operates as one system. The aim of the platform is to develop a new constellation in which the municipality will be the key player of the system. It will enable sustainable urban development and governance, whereby the municipality staff and community cooperate, communicate, interact, and co-involve via a hybrid platform. This platform will enable identification of the conceptual roots of the existing forecasted problems and needs, identification of potential solution of their developers, assessment of their horizontal and vertical impact. We will monitor the continuous systemic impact and interaction of the implemented innovations and projects on a city scale. This will include sharing the success stories and failures and interactions of stakeholders in the city value chain activities, improvement of living conditions, the creation of employment opportunities, the development of co-creation of new products, services, processes, and business models. A well-designed city management platform provides the following social benefits to the city. Stakeholders come together easily. All the stakeholders share all the knowledge connected in the communities. The city expands its physical dimension into the virtual one. New employment and local economy growth are enabled. The city can expand its cultural heritage, promoting modern and emerging art. We created the consortium and have 5 SMEs. One of them is from Poland and one from Spain. If you are interested in to join us, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Romualdus. And now we will move on to our next DIH. Can we welcome Vincent from DIH Faubourg Numérique? Vincent, are you sharing your screen? Vincent, if the internet is not well, I can present your presentation, but we cannot hear you.
Yeah, there is also an option to switch to low bandwidth mode. You can see it on the bottom right corner. If the network is poor, that might help.
Okay, maybe we'll come back to you, Vincent, in a little bit. Okay, so in the meantime, can we move on to Israel Smart Living Lab?
Yeah.
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Will you be
Great.
sharing your screen, David?
Yeah, I want to, but the button is
It should
it
be
doesn't.
there
Yeah, it
now.
doesn't allow me. Yeah, just a sec. Okay.
Perfect.
Привіт, ти тут?
Devere, do you prefer that I share my screen?
Just a sec. I think it. Yeah, I think it's working now. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is it loading it at least?
No, but I have your presentation here. Perhaps it'll be easier.
Yeah, but actually I see only black screen. Just a sec. Let's see. Okay, do you see it now?
No, but I've loaded your presentation to save time. I don't know if everyone can see it. Yes, can everyone see the screen?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay, no problem. If you can go back to AirMeet, Veer, I have your presentation.
Okay.
Okay, so feel free to start speaking and I'll go through. You can just let me know when to shift slides.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see the presentation on my screen from your side, so it will be a bit blind to do so. Just a sec.
Maybe while waiting, you could tell us a little bit about Israel's Smart Mobility Living.
Yeah. So okay, if everyone sees that the slide, so I'll do it from my end. I mean, you're gonna move the slides over, and I'll just work on my presentation. So we are at the first slide. So we are Israel Smart Mobility Living Lab Consortium. We have been recognized as a DIH a few weeks ago. We are a consortium that deals with the problems around mobility in Israel, and we accelerate innovation through private and public collaboration. So here in that slide, you can see our three pillars: the digital data platform, the marketplace, and the collaboration membership. And of course, you can see all of our members. We have 20 plus members, including MIT Connection Science, Moveit, Nexal, Waker, and Technion, and more. As you can see, we have private companies, public companies, and academia. If you can move forward to the next slide.
Yes.
Thank you. So in the next slide, you can see our founders. So among our founders, you can find Eran Shir, which is the CEO and founder of Nexal, is Smadar Itzkovich, which is our CEO, and Professor Alex Pentland, which is professor at MIT Media Lab and a member of the World Economic Forum. Next slide, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so basically those are the projects and the stuff that we're dealing with Israel Smart Mobility Living Lab. Sorry. We believe that by working together, we can achieve much more than by working individually. So we welcome you to join us to tackle those issues and work together to solve those issues. Next slide.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the issues that we needed to solve in Israel was a challenge that was presented to us from Netivei Israel. Netivei Israel is the national transport infrastructure company. It holds and takes care of, I think, between 95 to 98% of all the roads in Israel. And they wanted to create a real-time traffic management dashboard. We created those dashboards with those companies, as you can see on the slide, with Moveit, Nexal, Safer Place, and more, and with the public authorities that gave us the permissions to work on the road and work together to get data from them in order to build that management dashboard. Next slide, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so the three projects that you can see on the left are the project that we are currently working on right now, the experience that we're currently working on right now. The three projects that you see on the right, including Vision Zero in Tel Aviv, AI-based traffic management center in Ashdod, and truck fleet management and optimization with Freedom Zone, those are the experience that we're trying to move forward and working with other companies to achieve them. So we'll welcome everyone that wants to take part of that and help us, solve those problems. We're more than welcome. Contact us, let us know, and we can move forward with that. Next slide.
Okay.
So join us. We really want to solve the real hard problem in transportation, and we believe in collaboration over data. So we collaborate over data, and we want to get solutions and solve those problems. This is my email here, and thank you very much.
Great, fantastic. Thank you, Veer. And I think we worked that out pretty well with great communication. So we'll see you at the social lounge. Vincent, are you back? And unfortunately, we still can't hear you. So maybe we'll have to come back to you in a little bit. Okay, so I think next we have Javier. Javier, if you could unmute and try to share your screen. If not, I also have your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Margarita. Could you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen, but I can't.
Oops, okay, there you go. I think you should have the button now. It's there in the bottom beside the mic.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, could you see my screen?
Yes, perfect. No, I think you just have to
Yes.
stay on the presentation.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Margarita. Yes. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, Tonia. Thank you, Angeles, and thank you, i4 Foundation team, for this event and for this organization. Well, I'm going to introduce IoT Digital Innovation Hub, a digital innovation hub in Salamanca, Spain, and the director of IoT Digital Innovation Hub is Juan Manuel Corchado. Well, like elevator pitch, it's important for us that the pandemic has shown both sides of a coin for is the S22 on the one hand has left with the closure of about in Spain SMS closed 67,000. Well, in the same period, on the other hand, there are SMEs that have managed to increase their income by 6% points thanks to technology, you know. What about the technology and IoT Digital Innovation Hub? IoT Digital Innovation Hub developed groundbreaking project with the most advanced and cutting-edge technologies with the objective to help or of helping companies become more competitive by adopting IoT in their processes. Our main technology is IoT. Uh, so that this entire digitization project is a simple and optimal for the company, and also a company could participate in the H and the experiment. The H provides a series of services where the company is first. For example, access to financing, personalization of the IoT, through technical advice, access to laboratories and equipment, and technological diagnosis. All this in an entrepreneurial technological ecosystem and promotion with a continuous development of project and learning. Beating and making your company a technological company could lead you to be more competitive, both your processes as well as your products and services, leading you to increase your income. Okay, we think that the very important item for this company is the income. Okay. Uh, well, in addition, with these improvements, you will be able to facilitate communication and increase the mobility, flexibility, and efficiency for users. We could see this in the many successful projects in which IoT Integration Hub participates. SiloSense, the developed system, allows any industry to calculate the capacity of a closed recipient. Cattle monitor use a wireless sensor network for cattle monitoring. Walkeria, a smart system for electric vehicle charge management, or Tabon or Prisma, for example, Tabon enhance the control of power lines, decreasing resources, and obtaining more information about them and are reducing environmental impact. Okay, we have another successful project, but you could visit our web. Okay, and all this highlights the importance of innovations in the company and the great work of the IoT DH team, which represent the great success of these hubs. Well, this is our our call to actions. Okay, discover with us how your company could be even better. And well, I think that my acquaintance Ricardo is here to know to some ideas, and I think that another notice for you, Ricardo. Are you here?
No, he's unable to join the stage, but perhaps later in the I've invited Ricardo to the stage. I don't know if he can accept. If not, I think both of you will be at the tables later at the social lounge. There we go. Ricardo, are you?
Okay, okay, no problem.
Ricardo. Okay, great. So yeah, so for everyone that great. So for everyone that wants to reconnect with these presenting DIH, they will have their own tables in the social lounge, and I've included a link in the chat where you can also check out their websites and read more about them. I think we have Ricardo.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me well? Oh, sorry,
Yes,
because
yes.
okay, I was trying the duplicate the link in order to connect. Okay. Anyway,
No problem.
according to the time and regarding the connection issues, okay. No problem. I think your organization is great, okay, but we are not too used to this tool, okay. I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I'm having some return on my voice. Yeah, I'm going to share with you only two links throughout the chat, okay? Because my colleague Javier Parra
Yes, we can hear you okay, Ricardo. I think it's just a speaker. Okay. Great. So can we invite the next DIH, Volodymyr, onto to your presentation? You can unmute yourself and share your screen.
Okay. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, nice. Good day, nice to be here. Thank you for such opportunity. Our DIH is very young, we just on the way. So legal entity for our DIH is at Kyiv Academic University. But also here our partner from Kyiv Mohyla Academy Faculty of Computer Science, and we also have in consortium some SME company as iSolution. So our hub is operate as grid hub from European EGI, European Grid Initiative, and now we also technically operate national activity on European Open Science Cloud access and to develop cloud infrastructure. So our project where I am head of is aimed to share our services to the business, and our services is cloud technology, compute storage, security, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and blockchain is the first our priority now. You could see some detail on our site. Just illustration here about cloud technologies and about experiment idea. We now work on three cases. First is decentralized self-verified data broker and protocol for climate-related data exchange. This experiment we also have here the service provider SME 482 Solutions, Roman, and I don't know if he has an opportunity and maybe could add some words. Second is agro-footprint data. The idea is service for assessment of carbon footprint of agriculture products in the process of growing, as well as tools for adjustment of agricultural organizational and management decisions. Participants now is a company, also software company SoftEnergy, and innovative company BioInvest Agro. And third is Active House data experiment. Also, the participants now is SoftEnergy software company and architecture firm Ecodar. So next slide, will be some detail, but if you're interested in some of this topic, you are welcome to connect with us. So first is some information about company 482 Solution. You can, the focus of this company is energy, fintech, blockchain. About this case, trust ecosystem for enterprise market capitalization management through climate-related risk assessment and management. The general idea is market capitalization management driven by climate-related ESG factors. So you could see here the general data flows and the role of i4Trust ecosystem that is very important in our view. I don't know if will be such opportunity. Roman will give some more detail on this scheme. And here you could see some outcomes that we expect from this experiment. Second case is on the topic of a smart house. Here, our aim to integrate climatic data, material data, architecture parameters, security, all the aspect of smart active house. So for this reason, we will use smart data model that you could see here. It's smart city, smart building, smart energy, smart environmental, smart water. And here you could see also the data model of this experiment. Left side is data model from our software partner SoftEnergy. They also have experience in this model and some realized projects on this topic. And general model that use climate data, weather data, material data. And last case, agro-footprint that also use model on agro-technological operation, on some information about about plants, about, for example, crop, and other agri measures. And also using smart data models, it's smart agri-food, smart environment. So if you're interested in some of these cases, you're welcome. Just write me and we will discuss some possible possible joint work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vladimir. And again, everyone, if I know this is a lot of information, and so please feel free to connect with our DIH representatives in the social lounge after. So thank you very much. And we'll call on our next speaker. We have Laura. Laura, are you able to unmute and share your screen?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, okay. I'm not able to share my screen. Okay, now it
Yes.
seems.
How about now?
Okay.
Perfect.
Can you see? Okay. Okay, wait a moment, because, okay, let's go to the beginning. Okay, so my name is Laura Rodriguez de Lope, and I'm research engineer at the University of Cantabria. And I will introduce you to the IoT Smart Santander Digital Innovation Hub, which is supported by the University of Cantabria and the Santander Municipality. Okay, wait, I don't, it seems I have some problems. Okay, so first let's situate where we are. So Santander is located in the north coast of Spain, and it's a medium-sized city with a population of about 180,000 inhabitants. Its economy has been traditionally been linked to the service sectors, mainly driven by tourism. So municipality is making an effort to drive the economy to new business sectors, which are based on innovation and knowledge. With this aim, it has been created the Smart Santander Digital Innovation Hub, which offers different services. On one side, we offer mentoring and guidance for the development of services related with smart cities and IoT based on our experience in integration of 5G solutions in several European projects in the last years. On the other side, we offer our city-scale IoT infrastructure for testing and validating the city services in a real urban scenario. So we are interested in services and solutions which improve city services and the citizens' life by the integration of IoT, cybersecurity, or artificial intelligence technologies. In support to that challenges, what we propose is to offer the possibility, as I have mentioned before, of using our IoT infrastructure. It's available for experimentation and is composed of firmware architecture and a massive deployment of IoT devices, which consist in fixed nodes, mobile nodes, which are installed in urban transport, using citizens as sensors, citizen applications, and urban services. These IoT devices already provide services like on-street parking and parking guidance, the traffic intensity monitoring, environmental monitoring, and so on. You can see here some examples. And as I mentioned, it's intended to promote the co-creation of services, the entrepreneurship, and business ecosystem setup. The data produced by this IoT development is also available for the experimentation through our Orion Context Broker and follows smart data models. Here you can see the list of public data sets and the number of entities which provide each one of them. Just to finalize, you can see here some example of topics which around smart cities which we are interested in, like is environmental management, traffic control, mobility, smart energy, and so on. So if you are interested in joining our Digital Innovation Hub to solve some of these challenges, you are welcome to contact me. Here you have my email address, and I will be also here now for trying to solve any question or doubt that you could have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura. And yes, thank you very much for staying for everyone to connect with you after. So lastly, we have Julia.
Hi, Margarita. Thank you.
Are you able to share your screen?
Yes, I'm trying to show the presentation and let me know if everyone can see it.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Hi, good morning to everyone, and thank you for the opportunity. I'm Giulia Calamita. I'm part of Fiber Innovaiab, that is an association that supports the digital transformation process, promotes an intelligent solution for two sectors, smart cities and smart agri-food. We are the first one and the only one Fiber's certified center in Italy, so i4Hub. So we can recognize as a Fiber validator center. We can certify Fiber products and propose consulting and training on Fiber. Of course, our aim is to promote solutions for smart cities and agri-food services based on new technologies, and to give this solution to the business sector, but also to the municipality and to public administrators and educational institutions, university. And and also our aim is, of course, to have and facilitate the largest use of and implementation of Fiber solution in Italy. For this, thank you for i4Trust for the opportunity. For this open call, we are trying to propose an idea for the smart city sectors, and in particular for smart retail. And we want to try to find a new way of shopping into the city centers, because we observe that often there are a lot of problems with the commercial sectors into the city center, because it is becoming more difficult to reach a customer loyalty, to retain customers into the same shops for times, and also it is becoming also more difficult to be present in a lot of channels and digital platforms, multiple channels, the channels that online are growing up, and also in the reality, so in the physical space. We observe sometimes a difficult to management the commercial sectors due to a very fast employee turnover. So what we can I go to the second slide? Okay. So. Okay, so our objective is to encourage the proximity trade into the city by a strategy that consists in 3 different steps. The first one is developing a technological platform for the retail, in which we can try different hardware solutions to collect some different data. And the second step is the application of this platform in one experiment, so in one living lab that could be in Italy, in some city, or in just a part of the city, and or in Europe, different cities in Europe or in other country, and then by the application of these technological collect different kind of data that could be useful for different stakeholders. This collection of the data could be useful for the local trade to optimize the economic and commercial impact of their services, and also to support the different innovation process into the physical space of the commercial trade and local trade. And also by sharing this collection of the data, we can also give to the public authorities, so to the administrators of the cities, an instrument to understand the dynamics of the cities and to take the right decisions for the context. And of course, we can use a lot of technological hardware to collect these different kind of data. This is just a list of, as an example of the technologies that we could use, so smart shop windows, smart shelving, smart tags. We can choose one or two of these, one that we can think that they are the most useful, but we can also implement this list with other instruments. And like a consortium, we are to apply to the open call. We are made just for two partners, so Fireware Innovation Hub as a digital innovation hub, and we are also in partnership with 32 Connect, that is our technological provider. This is a company who has a lot of skills to project design and also build different kind of hardware solution for different sectors, and give a complete solution for. So they have the skill to implement the electronic part, but also the back end. So they can provide a complete solution, as I said. Of course, we are not a complete consortia as i4Trust call request. So we are looking for SME that could be useful for example, for the analysis of the retail data. And also we are looking for business partners who can connect this project to the trade sector and to understand if there is some physical trade sector that could be really interesting into this project. So thank you for the attention, and if you have any questions or are you interested, let us know. We are happy to know news in the company. Thank you, Margherita. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. And yes, we hope that all of you take the chance to connect with these with the representatives of our DIH. And okay, so I know we're all very excited to connect, but I do want to take just the last few minutes to be able to explain how the networking session will work. So basically, once we end this session, everyone will be led back into the social lounge. And in this social lounge, one moment. Okay, so in this social lounge, you will be able to see these tables. And each participant has three options. They can take a seat at the pre-designated tables. They can actually sit at an empty table and ask other participants to join them. And finally, they can try the speed networking one-on-one matching feature. So you have many opportunities to meet other people at this event. So these are the pre-designated tables. We have a few i4Trust open call tables where you will find myself and my colleague Rosa from Funding Box, and also two colleagues Angeles and Tonya from Fireware. And at these tables, feel free to come and ask us about the open call, about the ambassadors program, and about opportunities for self-training and certification in i4Trust technologies. We have another table, another pre-designated table, actually a few of these, which you will be able to see as I've shared here in the presentation that says i4Trust Tech Support. And here you can sit and ask questions about the i4Trust building blocks, the technical requirements of the experiments. And here at these tables, we have a number of experts who are here with us today who will be available with their respective expertise in data spaces, models, data marketplace, and GSI, and the iShare scheme. So we invite you to come and meet them. And if you would like to invite them to speak to a group of you to discuss any experiment ideas, if you have questions about how you can design experiments, so we invite you to speak with them. And finally, as we mentioned, we have pre-designated tables for each of the digital innovation hubs that presented today. You can also learn more about our DIH partners here at the i4trust.org website. But each of the representatives will be in their own table, and you can discuss more about their experiment ideas. If you are an SME and are from the same industry, we invite you also to join their tables. Again, we'd like to emphasize that this open call is not limited to consortiums from the same country. So we actually would encourage you to speak with these digital innovation hubs, even if they're not from the same country. Again, as I mentioned, if you're an SME, you can feel free to just discuss your business challenges, whether you know about i4Trust or not, or share about the data that you consume or generate in our digital innovation hubs. You can also share about your use cases a little more. So final reminders, you can always join and leave tables at your own will. So feel free to meet multiple DIH or go in and out to the i4Trust tables. 10 minutes before the end of the networking session, we will send an announcement to the tables to get ready to come back to the stage. So we encourage you to take this opportunity to exchange contact details, LinkedIn profiles, or even set up follow-up calls. And our last session, please stay, will be the wrap-up, which will be the open call guidelines and final reminders. So with that, I will now bring you all to the social lounge, and I hope you have a productive networking session. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. And I hope you were able to enjoy meeting other people. It was personally very nice to see some videos on and some faces to meet. I think I've met people from all over, all over Europe, from Switzerland, Lithuania, from Spain. It was very nice to meet you all. And as I said, for this last session, we have this wrap up. So the open call application requirements and reminders. We have my colleague Rosa here as well. So she will also be able to answer any questions if you have. But just briefly, we'd like to introduce the open call. So what are the benefits of joining this open call? As part of a 9-month customized mentoring program, you will be able to actually not only design but implement this experiment. We will also provide you support in workforce upskilling, legal, operational, technical, and business concerns, support you in the i4Trust technology framework. And of course, as we mentioned, there is funding support depending on the size of your consortium. We've gotten many questions if you can join multiple experiments. This is possible. However, the funding is limited to one experiment. So please take note of this. So as we mentioned, this open call is open to consortia made up of one DIH and at least 3 SMEs, ideally 5. And we also welcome slightly bigger companies. And here is the definition of or at least the way we will check your status as a digital innovation hub or as an SME and slightly bigger company. For DIH, you have to be in preparation or fully operational on the Smart Specialization platform, but we encourage you to apply if you are still in the process of waiting for this status. And for SMEs, more or less, this is the general description of the European Commission. But please let us know if you have any concerns. So the open call deadline, if you go to the open call website, which is i4Trust open call.fundingbox.com, you will see this website, and there are currently two buttons. On the left, you will find the apply now. The deadline is on September 6th. However, and this is something that we'd like you to take note of, you are allowed to go through the application form and submit it, and then continue to edit it until the deadline, September 6th. The reason for this is we know the application takes a while, and in our previous experience, many people just missed the submission at the hour. So we want to avoid that. You can submit it and continue to edit your application until the deadline. Please don't wait until the last minute, as we know sometimes that's usually when things can go wrong. Now, this is something interesting also that we receive questions about today, but yes, basically as a consortium, you will work collaboratively on the application form. So once you start an application, you can add a contributor and simply share the email, and the contributor will be able to access the form that you see as well. That way, as a consortium, you can work together on the application process. And finally, once you go to the open call website, we do have some quick links on the top tab, as you can see here. And what we'd really like for you to check out is our guide for applicants and documents. So the guide for applicants, please do take some time to read it. We have a PDF copy of the application form. Please take note that this is just for your reference to know the content of the application form. We will not accept any submissions of this application form via PDF. And also in the application form, if you don't complete the section, you're not allowed to save it. This is also why if you start typing and then you have to close or leave the browser, you won't be able to save your progress. So we provided this PDF so that you can plan ahead, you can plan your answers, and then be able to complete the sections at once. We also have an additional small part, which is the description of the experiment. This is a Word file that you will have to upload as a separate file, as a PDF in one of the sections. So you can download the template in the Guide for Applicants and Documents tab, and then you can upload it in this section in the Excellence section of the application form. So other than that, please know that this is not the only chance that you will have to speak with all of us. We have been mentioning community, so please join our community. And in this community, we have an open call help desk. You can feel free to share any questions you may have there, or email us at opencall-help@i4trust.org. And you can also ask specific questions in the i4Trust help desk, which are technical questions or data space questions. Now, if you're new to the community, you are also free to look through these spaces to look at previous questions. Maybe your question has already been answered by the experts. So please feel free to maximize this community as much as possible up until the open call and throughout the project. So this is what it looks like. It is spaces.fundingbox.com/i4Trust. We'll also be sending a follow-up email after this session with the link. But I've also placed it in the chat, so please do join. Please introduce yourself. And that's it. If we have, it's 7 minutes to 12, so please let me know if you have any questions. If not, in about 2 minutes or a few minutes, we can also bring you back to the chat if anyone wants to say anything else. Do we have any other questions?